You know when you problem with me. Just another day at the big up on the mail. It's a channel riding through the street, they be like, there you go. You know when you problem with me. You know when you problem with me. Just another day at the big up on the mail. It's a channel riding through the street, they be like, there you go. Great morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great morning. That's right. So you have 34 days. 34 days, and this year's over, man. That's what, 816 hours. So how are you spending your time? You know me, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Greatly do I love the word, man. Greatly do I love educating myself. Greatly do I love waking up every single morning with enthusiasm, with determination, and optimism for the day. Greatly do I love waking up like that, man. Greatly. So yeah, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this because we got some good things. We got some great things. We got some phenomenal things for you today. We're talking about perseverance. Good morning, Rich. Great morning to you, man. Great morning to you. So we got some wonderful things for you this morning. And so I want to go ahead and get into them because, man, there's nothing more I love than information. As I always express to a lot of people, it's like, yo, information builds confidence. Knowledge builds confidence. So information changes situations. So it changes your situation if you understand that. You know what? The more knowledge you get, the more boldness you get, the more confidence you get. And it destroys fear. It destroys the desultory. It destroys dilatory, which is lack of consistency and procrastination. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. The proverb of today. You know, I'm going to wait. Periscope, I hope y'all don't mind. Let's wait 60 seconds. Let's wait 1 minute exactly. YouTube, let's wait 1 minute exactly. And let's see if a couple other folks will get on and we can share it with Facebook also because, as you know, I do everything. I stream through all three networks at the same exact time. So it sometimes can be very difficult, especially if one goes down or the other one's not coming up or the other one's having flaws in it. No matter what, you know what I mean? Like there's a sense of perseverance in life for everybody. You know what I mean? But we're going to get into like exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So what was that, half a second right there? So let's go ahead and wait 30 more seconds. David Honey, the sweetness is in the house. David Honey is in the house. Please share and like right now, man. Let's get everybody involved because I want everybody to not miss this opportunity. I want everybody not to miss this opportunity because the brevity is now. The brevity, for those that don't know, is the shortness of time. The brevity of time is now, okay? Good morning, honey. Good morning. What's going on, Dave, man? I appreciate Dave. I thank God so much that he came down and seen us, you know. He was able to hear my story. I was able to hear his story. It was a great time, straight up. It was a great time. All right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, man, because it's time. It's time. I can't wait anymore. It's 7 o'clock. I'm about 30 minutes late right now. I like doing things between 5:30, 6 o'clock my time. So let's go ahead and get into the word, man. So the proverb of today, because it is November 27th, which means you have 34 days until 2016 is finally behind you. So as I said, you want to get a head start on wherever you're going. You want to get an absolute head start wherever you go. I don't know where you're going, but only you know, and your shadow and the person in the mirror, the man in the mirror, the person of who you are, only you know what you want for 2017, okay? I shared a little bit about what I want, but let's go ahead and get into this right here. It says right here in verse 5, okay, and I say this because I want everybody to understand that this verse is so important. This verse is absolutely important for a lot of people that have never endured this. But yo, in Proverbs 27:5, it says this: open rebuke is better than secret love. And I was just telling my brother Utam in the UK, I was just like, yo, bro, I said, this is where we ought to be living. I said, because if you do me wrong, I expect you to come and tell me. If you say something, I expect you to come and tell me. If you say you love me, then show me you love me. You get what I'm saying? And so that's so true. It's like so many people are out there saying, I love you, but not showing it. You have to show it. You have to be passionate about it. You have to be obsessed about it. That is perseverance, you know, because it says steadfast and doing something despite difficulty. You see my love for Shane the Train, the 1% show. If you haven't tuned in to Shane the Train, the 1% show, I recommend get on the show and listen to the content. The man's been vibrant since 1993, just very pushy with information. So I suggest that you check that out. But the reality is, you know what? I I overseen some obstacles to get to that point, to travel 2,500 miles, which I've never traveled before out of the West Coast, but to travel that far and see exactly what life was like over there and to get involved with it. So let's go ahead and get into the main verse of today, because that is a subverse. The subverse is open rebuke is better than secret love. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So that's your subverse for today. So it's better to be rebuked than to be secretly in love. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, man, because I love this one, man. You know, because everybody's always looking for the right coach. I had a gentleman call me the other day, man. He's like, yo, look at my company. I can get you this. I can do this for you. He went on about it, man. He went all about it, just like displaying information that he really could not promise. He was displaying information that could not exist. It just did not exist. There is absolutely no company today that can guarantee you absolute happiness. No company. If you have that company, if you know that company, please share it. Because I promise you, just because you got a little bit of this doesn't ultimately make you happy. It doesn't. But you have all of this and you're shared with this, then that is true happiness. And I have determined that because of my 6 years and my 11 months and my 1,098 hours of self-actualization. So I have definitely substantially the foundation of knowledge, and sharing it is true happiness. Happiness is what you make it, though, my friend. So, let's get into this part, because this is where we're at right now, this moment. It says in verse 9, it says the perfume, okay? The perfume rejoices the heart. So doth the sweetness of a man's friend by heartly counsel. So hear that one more time. Perfume rejoiceth the heart. So doth the sweetness of a man's friend by heartly counsel. So, I mean, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people seeking a coach, seeking advice, they're paying big money, man. Like, I was just on the phone yesterday. I was on the phone early. I tell you, I'm up at early in the morning. So my brother UTM in the UK, it's much different. So he calls me, he knows exactly when to call me. So he calls me, he's like, yo, coach, I want you to hear this. And so I'm hearing it. I'm watching it now because he turned it around and I'm able to see the individuals. There's 60 individuals getting coached up. Now, when I say getting coached up, I'm talking about a coach is like the carriage. It's in box. It's taking you from point A to point B. Okay, so now hear me out, because I want you to understand something. They paid a lot of money for wise counsel. And guess what they got? My brother UTM said it. They got a whole donut. You know what I'm saying? The content that was being displayed wasn't really that substantial. It wasn't worth paying $250 for. Oh, you hear me? There's some people out there that are not displaying, not touching home, not hitting the heart. You're not hitting the heart. All you're doing is expressing the limbic part of your brain. It's just feelings. It's feelings. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be stepped on. I want you to tell me. I want you to reprove me. When it says open rebuke is better than secret love, I want you to reprove me. I want you to definitely show me, explain to me in greater details. Don't call me and say, hey, I got a plan. I got a company that can guarantee you money, but you got to give $350 of your money, and then you got to give $150 more every single month. Come on, man. You ain't displaying information. You a false pretense. You a wolf in sheep's clothing. Come on, man. Don't be like that. There's something greater within everybody in life. And you cannot be like that, my friend. That doesn't work. That doesn't jive with Coach Sagasta, man. I see right through you, and I will reprove you. I will rebuke you straight up, man. I will set you aflame. Like, don't come to me with that kind of nonsense. And why? Because that right there is not truth. That is not truth. And so that's exactly what he's saying right here. He says, but seek divine information. Seek divine information. How do you seek it? It's the perfume that rejoices the heart, so that the sweetness of a man's friend by heavenly counsel. I'm just saying, like, you want truth, then seek the truth out. Like it says in Matthew 7:7, it says, ask and it should be given you, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be open. Hello? It's not rocket science. It's that easy. You get what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into perseverance, man, because some of that was perseverance. So let's go ahead and get into the number topic for no sugar in my coffee today. No sugar in my coffee today. So perseverance, man. Ask yourself exactly what is perseverance? Because perseverance, sometimes I said it earlier in our conversation. I said it earlier. So perseverance for a lot of people, they might see it differently. But as for me, you know, I take out the big book when it comes to a word that is fitly used in today's society, that is fitly used. I take out the original, the only dictionary in our house that is subsequently used more often than other ones. Okay, so got to take the information out. If you don't have one of these in your house, I recommend. I don't get no money from promoting it right now. I get absolutely nothing, but I am sharing with you because I like sharing information with you. Okay, but I think about the peculiarity of this book versus any other book. Okay, and for those that don't know, peculiarity is the characteristics. The characteristics of this book is so dynamic, so unique, because it was 1828. So you have real words, you have real definitions, not lucrative information, not watered down information. And what did I say? That we want true heartily information. What did the Proverbs say? What did King Solomon say? We want true information that affects the heart. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Perseverance. In 1828, it says this: perseverance, okay, in anything undertaken, a continued pursuit, okay, pursuit in business or enterprise, applied alike good or evil. Perseverance keeps honor bright, okay, bright, but also teaches patience and perseverance overcoming the greatest difficulties in life. So, I mean, there it is right there. That's in 1828. Now, in today's dictionary, perseverance is steadfast, doing something despite difficulty. So, I mean, there you have it right there. There's a difference. You know, there's a slight difference in between both of them. That's today's, and this is 1828. There's a slight difference because one of the things that I didn't find in today's modern dictionary was that definition didn't show you where it says patience and perseverance, patience and perseverance, patience. And so let's go ahead. I want to express something to you guys. For those who don't know, there's an individual that a while back, he was going through some trials and tribulations in life, but nonetheless, he had a secret. He had a talent, and he wanted to share this talent with a lot of people. And you might have it in Russia, you might have it in Japan, you might have it in Spain, you might have it in Brazil, you might have it in Africa. But this company became so when we talk about the perseverance, and it's unique because it's a company of its own kind. Okay, but the owner, the founder, kept on going and hitting and hitting. He had job after job. He kept on losing and losing and losing, but he never stopped. He kept on with that perseverance, that determination. Determination is the firmness of pursuing. Okay, the firmness of pursuing. So he had that. He had that trait, and he kept on going and going and going and going. He didn't stop. When we talk about perseverance, we're talking about it this moment because there's people right now that are sleeping. You sleep, but yet you expect great things in life. You're not persevering. You got to persevere against sleep. You got to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Hello from Russia. Thank you so much for tuning on. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you. But it's amazing. It's amazing how there was an individual going through time, going through history, and he kept on failing and failing and failing. And there's so many alike. I mean, I could name off, but this one individual, I just wanted to bring to your attention because it's just so important for you to understand that, you know what, this individual brought to America, brought to the world almost 5,000 to 10,000 chains, 5,000 to 10,000 different chains of restaurant that bring to you that warm, that wonderful smell. I'm talking about KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, Colonel Sanders was an individual with perseverance and with determination. Are you hearing me? He had perseverance and determination. And when you look at this, when you look at this, this is hello. When you look at this individual's life, I think of all the great lives, all of them. But I definitely think of this individual because he had to he had to. Okay, he had been going through some trials and tribulations, but the ultimate desire of his vision was to get his restaurant out and expose it. And he went through so many times. He needed so many things that he was going through. Yes, great advice. You need advice. That's fine. Absolutely. Get at me. You can privately message me. I will give you the best advice to my best ability. And that is, what I'm saying? That's diamond in itself. Okay. But nonetheless, there was a lot of things that he was going through that was definitely giving him a lot of fit. He was going through so many trials and tribulations, and I seen it. I was like, whoa. So when I looked at his autobiography, I definitely got engaged because I was like, wow, I've seen some of these things in my own personal life. I know what it's like to lose and then to get back up, and then lose and then get back up, and then lose and then get back up. You know what? The Bible's the history, the biblical time says you will fall 7 times and you'll get back up. In Proverbs, he fell 7 times and he got back up. Marcus Aurelius, okay, another phenomenal book. He fell and he got back up. Why do I share these things with you? Because they're so important, man. You could utilize them for your life. You could transform your life into something phenomenal, something great. But you got to take the information and utilize it, okay? Bury it deep down inside and transform that diamond. Transform the coal into a diamond. Press down, send it through the fire, and there you go. You got your diamond. Okay, so I wanted to express that to you guys. Colonel Sanders had gone through some trials and tribulations, but you know what? In all things, he was patient. He showed perseverance, and he showed determination. And I want to share that with you this morning because you know what? Each one of us has those same traits. Coach Sagasta, definitely can say I have those same traits. I have gone through the miry clay. You know what? I've gone through tribulations. I've gone, and I've been able to persevere. I've been very patient. I mean, hey. Having that many kids where I worked at as a PE teacher, having that many kids, some of them of dysfunctional background, I had a lot of kids like that. But you know what the reality is it brought patience. It brought patience every single day. It brought patience. And like I shared the other day, I said I was on this conference call, and I said there's people out there that have stopped educating themselves. They stopped learning. They've reached the pinnacle of their success, and that's it. But when I look at everybody else, when I look at the greats, they never stopped. Every single day, they always said an hour apart, and they kept on getting involved with learning. Colonel Sanders, Mr. Sanders himself got engaged, and would spend time learning. In fact, he went to law school. Didn't even graduate high school. He dropped out in the 6th grade. Are you hearing me? Like, you went to college? You dropped out of 6th grade and you went to college? That's perseverance. That's determination. You see what I'm saying? Like, if he can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If he can do it, you can do it. There's no doubt in my mind. Why? Because doubt and fear are the hobgoblin of today. That's why people fail. That's why people are they're like a Kentucky Derby race. All they do is this. They go to work, they party on the weekend. They go to work, they party on the weekend. They go to work, they party on the weekend. They go to work, they party on the weekend. I'm just saying, I'm going to put it out there. There's so much more to life than that. Let's see what you really persevere. Let's see when difficult times hit you, how you act, how you behave. I'm just saying, how will you act when perseverance hits you? Colonel Sanders could have fell flat on his face when his wife left him. When divorce came at knocking on his door, he could have just fell flat. When he lost his first business, he could have fell flat on his face and never got up. Are you hearing me? That could have been Colonel Sanders. We would never have it today. The man was sued, taken for everything. But he persevered. He persevered. He was determined. He was patient. So, I'm glad you guys joined. I hope that you got one thing or two things or three things. I hope that you guys continue to share the video, the information, and change the situation. It's one thing I always take away from today, man, and I want to share it with you. And Mark Twain was so right when he said to do right is wonderful. To teach others to do right is even more wonderful. and easier. So make today great. Hey, this new week, it's a new week, man. You got 34 days, 34 days. So make the rest of this, make the rest of this week the best of your week. And today, make today the best of your day. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I thank you so much for tuning on. And I'll see you guys either this afternoon or I will see you tomorrow morning, okay? So I will see you this afternoon or I will see you tomorrow morning. No sugar in my coffee. I am Coach Frank Sagasta. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Private message me. I'll try. I've never worked Periscope like that, so I don't know how that works. But you want to private message me, you can through Facebook or through Twitter or through LinkedIn. You could Google me. You know what I'm saying? You can Google me. You can go to my website. My website is www.coaching. That's COACHING. Okay. ING. And that's Beyond. BEYOND. Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll figure it out somehow or another. I'll figure it out. And that's .org. Okay. I'm glad you did. I'm really glad that you did. I'm happy that you did. Most definitely. I appreciate you guys being on. Okay. Periscope was sending me some messages. I apologize. So definitely, I appreciate you guys for being on, man. Remember what I said? It is the brevity of time. The brevity of time is the shortness of time. So we have but a short time. We have 34 days. 34 days to 2016 is behind us. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning on and sharing the message. I'm out. All right. So let me see.